Every season is scam season, and the summer vacation season is the prime time for vacationers to let down their guard and become victims of travel scams.
Here to share the worst travel scams out there and how you can avoid them is Daytime's own Getaway Girl herself, Casey Wall. Casey, good to have you back.
Thanks for having me.
I am familiar with the first one. It's the vacation rental scam.
Yes.
And I actually found a vacation place
Oh my gosh.
on Craigslist that I thought looked really great. And then
Too good to be true.
Yeah, because when I started making inquiries, the red flags started to go up, and I thought, oh, this is definitely a scam.
So what do people have to watch for?
What gave it away for you?
Well, I was asking for, just the way they were answering me. It was just in the way they were writing, and everything started to seem very fishy. No.
So they were just collecting the money using somebody else's house.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was obvious that they didn't have this condo on the beach that they were renting out.
Wow.
Yeah, and a lot of people are doing timeshares now. So if people are suspectful of some foul play like you were, you can go on the property appraisers, get the address, go on the property appraisers, see if the name matches who you've been talking to. Also, Google Maps is a great way to find out, and then ask them for references.
Yes.
So that's, if they don't give you references, that's definitely a red flag.
Bottom line is, if it looks too good to be true, it probably is.
It probably is, unfortunately. There are some good deals out there. You can go through a website like vacationrentals.com. Those are pretty good. And then also, don't send them a check, don't send them cash. Make sure it's a PayPal or a credit card where if you do get scammed, there's some way of getting
the money back. It's insured, if you will.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we've got a lot of things to talk about here. Third party securing your credit card number. This happens all the time, no matter what.
It does.
But particularly when it comes to vacationing.
Right. And some of the popular ones right now are, if you stay in a hotel, you'll find a flyer under your door for a pizza. You call that number, you give them your credit card, no pizza ever comes.
Oh.
That's because you're calling a third party and they just want your credit card information.
Ooh.
So be very careful of that. You can also, there's usually a phone book in your room, so you can double check to make sure that the number on the flyer matches the company's number. Or, ask the concierge for a reputable place to get a pizza.
Right.
The other thing that is happening is that people are checking into a hotel and then making calls saying they're the front desk, and they need to verify your credit card information. So it's a call coming from the hotel.
Right.
So it looks legit, but it's someone just trying to collect credit card
So it's an
information.
inside job, basically.
Inside job.
Wow.
Right.
Oh, that's
well,
scary.
and not necessarily hotel staff.
Right,
But, someone who just checks in. And,
Well, to know your name and to get you in your room, they would have to be some
or they're just
way
making
connected.
room-to-room calls saying,
Yeah.
this is so-and-so from the front desk.
Hey, we
So
have an issue
be
with your
careful.
credit card. If you could just read it out to us one more time. I think we missed the last number.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's something. Now, what about taxi drivers? You never know in what city, wherever you are, you can really get scammed
They
badly.
are scary. They are scary. I mean, New York, I always, when I leave, the airport in New York, it's always a yellow cab. I never get in those cars. They're like, I'll give you a ride. It's a good deal.
Beware of the gypsy cabs, as they call them. Yeah.
And we did this in New York recently. We got in a cab, and, I thought my husband had done everything because I was paying attention to something else. And, it's $40 to go like 7 miles. And I said, no. And he said, don't be rude. Don't be rude. The guy was really nice, but it's a town car. But before you get in, ask.
Right.
Tell them where you want to go. Ask them, negotiate, and then have an idea of where you're going. I was stuck in Switzerland one time and didn't really know my address, and the guy was going like a different way, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get, hacked up, and my parents are gonna find me in a garbage bag somewhere. But, ask those things and know where you're going so that at least you seem knowledgeable.
I had that happen in Brussels. We went to our place, and I don't know why we hadn't written down exactly where we were, but at night, everything looks quite different, and we could not find our way back home.
Right.
I had that happen in Poughkeepsie. I'm kidding. Switzerland, Brussels, Poughkeepsie. Come on. It can happen anywhere.
Anywhere, it can.
Okay, mobile phone roaming charges.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
I know. This is a bad one, and it happened to me in Mexico. I thought because my phone came on and I could use it, well, hey, I'm not going to get roaming charges. You do get roaming charges. So a great thing to do is Skype. Skype is, if you need to call back home, I did this when I was in Europe for a while. I just use Skype. It's free.
It's great.
It is a great service. Or call your service provider before you go.
Absolutely. That's really key right there. Because you can switch out your SIM card in some countries and really make long-distance calls at your normal rate.
Exactly. Using a local SIM card.
Absolutely.
That's really easy to do, too.
Yeah.
But if you do get caught in that, a lot of times, and what I did when I got back from Mexico, I called them. I said, sorry, I didn't know. And they do negotiate with you on that. So
that's good to know.
Don't pay the $400 phone credit card bill.
Exactly.
Casey
Great
Wall.
stuff, Casey.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck with everything.
Thank you.
Yeah. Have a beautiful baby.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.